John Jones wants 6 months to prepare for the Tom Aspinall fight. Islam Makhachev has rejected the chance to fight Ilia Topuria. Charles Du Bronx Oliveira wants to fight Topuria, and UFC London is this Saturday. Sit back, relax. I'm here with the two legends, Luke and Jamie. This is Combat Catch Up Live. Let's get into it. Yes, lovely people. Hope you're well. Welcome back to the Sanderson Show. If you haven't already, please do smash that like button, subscribe, and also go and subscribe to Luke's channel and Jamie's channels. Links are in the description. Boys, how are we doing this evening?
I'm fine. I'm fine, young man. I'm good.
I'm still scared for you, Jay. I still am, bro. I don't know who this Jamie is.
This is my happy place.
Same,
my happy place.
My happy place is any place I'm in.
Yeah, I'm scared. I'm so scared, bro. Even Hassam's worried about you. I want Wild Jamie back.
Wild Jamie's dead.
I need Wild Jamie back. Well, speaking of wild guys,
John
Jones and Tom Aspinall still haven't announced their fight yet. Their fight still hasn't been signed yet. There's still no conversations, or it's no close to happening. And Tom Aspinall looks visibly frustrated and annoyed. Ariel Helwani came out, I think it was yesterday, and said that John Jones wants 6 months to prepare for Tom Aspinall from when the fight is signed. Jay, I'll come to you first on this. Your thoughts on John Jones wanting 6 months to prepare for Aspinall after the fight is signed? How legit do you think that is?
I mean, he should. Yeah, I mean, if he wants to take Aspinall seriously, 6 months to get ready for him, I hear it. But you probably know Aspinall's your next fight anyway, so should already be ready anyway. I don't know. What are we in now? We're in almost April, so this fight not happening until November is just too long. It's just too long.
December.
Yeah, it's too long, man. It's too long. I don't think Tom's going to wait either. By the sounds of what Tom's been saying, I don't think he's going to wait.
I'll ask you, Jay. I'll stick with you quickly before I come to you, Luke. Is that what John Jones wants? Does he want Tom Aspinall to go out there and fight again before he fights Tom Aspinall?
Yeah. I think a lot of us thought this fight, if it did happen, it'd happen in 2026, and that's probably how it's going to be. I think you'll have Cyril Gahn versus Tom, because I think that's the only guy they haven't fought yet, so that makes sense as a matchup for that reason. And then you basically say the winner fights John in 2026. It looks like if he wants 6 months and they're not booked it yet, and we're almost in April, that's too long for Tom to wait, man. It's too long. Tom can't keep waiting. He's in the prime now. He's in his prime now.
Luke, your thoughts on the situation? Should Tom sit and wait out, or should he fight again before potentially fighting Jones?
For me, I think he's going to have to fight someone else, because how long is he willing to sit out for this title shot? Because in July, it will be a year. It's not going to get signed before July. So you're talking December at the earliest, in my opinion. The earliest will be the end of the year. Is Tom Aspinall willing to wait 18 months to get a shot at John Jones? This is just, John Jones trying to, make Tom as inactive as it gets. Obviously, John would love for Tom to fight. And if Tom lost, Jones can continue what he's doing, because now there's no viable challenger. And I think Jones is also saying this because, look, I know many people were very disappointed with Alex Pereira losing, and with that loss, he lost a lot of his aura, and that appeal for the John Jones fight pretty much.
Yeah.
And now Jones is now backed into a corner. He's got nowhere to run now, and he's like, "I need 6 months." No, I need 6 months.
Let me ask you, Luke. I'll stick with you here quickly. Should the UFC put pressure on Jones, and should they threaten to strip him?
Yes.
And if so, how long before they do that?
I'd say that
he's actually fought more recently than Tom has. So his last fight was November, if I'm not mistaken. Right, with the Stipe fight.
I'd say if nothing is decided before, like May, basically before International Fight Week, strip. Because how long are you gonna let Tom just waste his prime? Like, he's supposed to be the next guy at heavyweight, the next big name, and you're letting him sit out his prime for John Jones, who openly doesn't want to fight him. He's made it pretty clear, I'd rather retire and give the belt up than fight him. So he doesn't mind waiting another 6 months. You know, John Jones' legacy is already secured. It's already locked in the bag. So now you're just damaging another fighter's potential legacy. For what? For FU money, which, you know, the UFC are very reluctant to dish out to you. So yeah, crazy stuff. But it's classic John Jones.
Jay, do you think John Jones not having the Aspinall fight after not having the Ngannou fight as well, do you think that tarnishes his legacy?
Yeah, I mean, with a lot of the fan base, I think you've already seen it as well. That, you know, even the American fans turned on John quite a bit as well. So, yeah, people go sit there and go, look, there were some of the best heavyweights at the time when you was heavyweight in the heavyweight division that you blatantly ducked. So, and it's blatant, ain't it? I mean, he ducked Ngannou, and it looks like he's trying to duck Aspinall now. So, people are not going to stay with that. You know, like heavyweight, I'll give him his credit. He fought everyone that was in front of him. Yeah, I can't. You know, anyone who came through fought John Jones. So, prime or not prime, he fought everyone there. So, didn't really duck anyone there. He's ducking heavyweights. You know, his heavyweight credentials so far is fighting Cyril Gane, who's got no ground game, gets taken down by 170-pound men.
Yeah.
And a really very old Stipe. It was shot. It was gone, you know, mentally as well. He should have been in the ring. It's actually really bad for UFC, the Athletic Commission, to put Stipe in that octagon. So that's his legacy at heavyweight, and it ain't good enough. And he ain't going to care, though, because I don't think John cares. I don't think John cares about any of that stuff.
He doesn't give a toss.
The thing with Tom, financially, I think Tom's going to have to fight this year.
All right, we say Cyril Gane because we look at Cyril Gane as the only fighter in that sort of top rankings that he hasn't fought and beat. But then does that kill Tom's title reign, because he would have beaten everyone? Who's his if he beats Cyril Gane, who's his first title defense, and how long would he have to wait again for a title defense?
I think with regards to the title defenses, I don't think he'll give a hoot rerunning back a couple of the fights he's had with previous opponents, if it makes sense. I think for him at the moment, the frustration is not getting the opportunity for the undisputed belt. Afterwards, I think we'll find Tom to be extremely active. I think this is the most frustrating part. He is sitting out the prime of his career, just waiting for a guy that's pretty much not given up, that's pretty much retired. Pretty much. Apart from wanting a couple of fights which now are off the table.
It's got to be up to UFC, man, because the UFC brass can't just sit there and let John Jones hijack the heavyweight division.
Oh, yes,
they because even now they've got to look at it and protect other fighters in this division, because Aspinall, apart from Cyril Gane, who hasn't fought, he's beaten all the other contenders in this weight, so he needs to have a title fight. So, and then when he's champion, I think he will defend it quite a lot. And heavyweight division's a bit weird, even though he's beaten everyone already. You know, we know what it's like in heavyweight division. It only takes one slip up, don't it? And you can be lights out against any of these guys in this division.
Yeah.
So still have exciting fights there as defending champion. I do think if he beat John Jones, though, I think they just book an automatic rematch. Depending on the beating, obviously. If it's a close fight,
If it's
or
the decision, that guarantee Jones gets a decision.
so it would be. But John's made his money, he's made his fame, he's made his legacy. Tom's still trying to do that, but Tom's doing this in the later years of his career, and I don't think he can afford to financially keep sitting out and waiting. He's going to
I
have to
think
take
he
a fight.
can. I think he can, because he's got a
Hopefully.
YouTube channel. He's got other gigs, so it's not like he is literally got nothing to do. He is still doing other things that is getting him
Hopefully, man.
income.
Hopefully.
But with regards to, I've seen someone leave Jones alone. That's my guy. But Jones has been doing this his whole career. Why are we surprised? He's been doing this his whole career. Look what he did to DC. Look what he did to DC. I know DC's not everyone's favorite guy. Look what he did to him with the drug testing. DC he will never ever know could he beat Jones if he was clean. He'd never know. And Jones, oh yeah, I'll give him an apology. Apologies, all good. So that's all good. Just give him an apology when you were in the prime of your career, and you could afford to sit out a couple of years whilst you were, getting off the or when you were banned. But DC's in his late 30s. Yeah, Jones is studying Aspinall. Yes, he's studying how to mug off the UFC and mug off another division. If he doesn't want to fight anymore because he can't get the fights he wants, just strip him off the belt. If he's that desperate to fight Alex Pereira, go and drop the belt and go and fight him. Because trust me, no one's going to pay for it now. Now Pereira.
I was going to say, I think you both hit the nail on the head. The worst thing that could have happened for Jones is Alex Pereira losing in the manner he lost.
Jones wanted Pereira to win, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, yeah, and I know some people that aren't big Ankalaev fans. Mate, Ankalaev is now growing on me.
It's not him, though. It's Ali, though, isn't it? It's not him.
Yeah, well, Ali, I don't get. There's nowhere to run now, Jones. You either face the best guy in the division, or you vacate that belt, and then you can do whatever shit you want to do. Go back to tweeting shit after fights at fighters. Putting down, say that you've got more title defenses and all the other champions put together. Despite the fact that you've popped more than any of the other champions put together. So he's not the best. Well, for me, Tom Aspinall is the best heavyweight. He's got a better heavyweight run at the moment than John Jones.
There's an argument to say Jones is the third best heavyweight in the world at the moment, behind Joe.
Yeah, and that Ngannou thing is a whole different story because his contract's running out of PFL. So if Ngannou works, well, that's the rumor that his contract is about to run out at the PFL. PFL got nothing for him.
I did say come crying back.
All right, now you've just dropped that bombshell, Luke. Jay, I've got to ask you. If I gave you the choice between watching Jones versus Aspinall, Jones versus Ngannou, or Ngannou versus Aspinall, which fight do you want to see the most?
Aspinall Ngannou intrigues me. Aspinall Ngannou intrigues me. I think Aspinall destroys Ngannou.
Okay. Why do you say that, Joe? Did you think he's the grappler?
I just think he takes him down and smashes him.
Yeah,
I really do. That's still Ngannou's weakness. It always will be, but he's been lucky that he hasn't really fought that level or caliber, and he's got a good chin. Aspinall. I know Ngannou, it's like a truck. Don't get me wrong. He has, but he has got a very good chin. Aspinall. He can take a shot. So
Aspinall took a whack off of Pavlovich.
Yeah, and he's arguably the heaviest hitter in the division. So I think Aspinall would beat Ngannou. I think Aspinall's more all-rounded MMA fighter. I think the hardest fight for Aspinall is John Jones, in my opinion, in the heavyweight division.
Yeah.
But just because I had good John, I'm not going to say, we don't like John because he's a brick, but as a fighter, undoubtedly
He's
world
got all the
class.
skills.
Yeah, he's got all the skills, his defensive work, everything. He's probably got the best IQ of any MMA
Oh,
fighter
100%. He's
ever.
the most talented fighter we've ever seen,
So
in my opinion.
That's the most awkward fight for Aspinall in heavyweight division. That's why I want to see it so badly. It's such a good fight. But Aspinall and Ngannou, two proper heavyweights, two giant men going at it, who can both punch like you wouldn't believe. And
I would even say Aspinall's the better boxer.
Yeah, and Aspinall just has that. And Aspinall's done boxing before at a better, but he's better at it than obviously. And he's just got that because of his grappling game as well. So, yeah,
Hey, the cop out saying that Shane Aspinall wouldn't beat Jones. Let us see the fight then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We need to see it.
We need to see the fight now.
It's the only heavyweight fight that. The thing is, though, if John Jones don't fight in 2025, he needs to be stripped. He has to be.
Yeah.
It has to be. And then we get what I said last week happens.
Yeah, you might be right. You might be right. Right, let's move on to topic, guys. UFC London this weekend. Leon Edwards returns after losing his welterweight title to Bilal last year in England. He's fighting Sean Brady. He was originally meant to be fighting Jack Della Maddalena, another striker. Now he's fighting another grappler who you could argue might be a better grappler than Bilal Muhammad.
Oh, shit.
Why did they do this matchup?
Yeah. What are you saying, Luke? What are you saying about this? Because I'm not gonna lie, you guys know where I stand. I'm nervous.
If Leon's not on the ball, then it's gonna be a long night. It's gonna be rinse and repeat of what we saw last time, and you can't use the excuse that he had a bad back or he fought at 6 a.m. in the morning. Like, let's see how much he really wants to recapture that belt. I think we'll see it in, against Brady. Let's see how hungry he is, because if he's just like, nah, I've had the belt, I've had the chance, that Leon's losing this fight, man. And he needs to stop worrying about being too precise.
Jay, I'm gonna ask you a question. Look at me here, Jay. The last couple of times you predicted fighters who are my favorites to lose, they've lost.
Oh no!
How do you see this fight with Leon and Sean going?
Badly.
All right, see you lot later.
I think this is terrible matchmaking by the UFC.
It is terrible matchmaking.
Is it terrible for Leon or is it brilliant for Brady?
No, it's brilliant for Brady. UFC obviously don't like Leon. It's not good for us as a viewer either.
I don't understand why they don't like him, because Dana's done nothing but shower him with praise. But then
he gives him the worst. But then he gives him the worst matchups possible. I mean, Leon, give him a stand-up banger in England, man. What we do? Like they go, nah, it's just is another grappler who's probably a better grappler than Bilal, and he struggled with him. It's a bit harsh on Leon, if you ask me. I really do. I think it's a bit harsh on Leon. You're not respected the guy enough, and now he's got to go and do it with a grappler again. It's crazy. I hope Leon wins the fight. I really, really do. I actually want him to win the fight. I want Leon to get back on his saddle again and get a bit. Leon's gone very quiet and very in himself lately, and that's not the Leon we're used to. I think Leon needs a win desperately, because if he doesn't win, I just don't know what Leon does in the future.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you, Jay. In fact, I'll ask you, Luke. Let's say the worst thing happens and Leon gets beaten. He's currently ranked number 1 in the world at the moment, behind the champion. If he loses, what's your thoughts on what happens next with Edwards?
Just gonna look at the rankings, man.
So you've got Leon number 1, Ratmanov number 2. Then I think it's Usman, JDM, Sean Brady, Joaquin Buckley, Gary, Burns, Covington, Jeff Neal.
I think, trying to think how the rest of the division's lining up. It wouldn't fight Kamara again if he lost. He'd probably fight like a Joaquin Buckley. We'll probably see the Ian Gary fight afterwards, like straight after. Like, it's not going to be easy street for him. He's going to get killers afterwards. People saying, like, Copite saying, like, the UFC hates him. Like, we know Dana's quite blunt when he talks about the fighters. Like, he's very blunt. We've openly disagreed with what he said about fighters. He's been nothing but showered Leon with praise.
All right,
Like,
so
he's
here's
the
the
only
thing.
one accepting
I
hands
think
up.
he likes Leon the person, but from a business standpoint, I don't think he likes Leon. Because let's be real, we know Dana, he loves drama, right? He loves loud, boisterous, high energy drama. That's what Dana thrives on. Leon don't give you any of that. Whether it be outside the cage or even inside the cage, you wouldn't even say Leon's the most exciting fighter in the cage. He's very technical, he's very precise, he likes to do things at his own pace. Outside of the cage, barely trash talks, barely does any of that stuff. The most animated we've ever seen Leon is when he first captured the belt against Usman, and he gave the interview afterwards. And that was just
Colby
overcome with emotion. But that was Colby though. That was Colby. That was Colby who said what he said, and then Leon went. He recluded. He went in his shell even more because obviously the anger and the hurt from what the comment was. I don't think the UFC really care for Leon's future like that. I think the onus is actually on Leon to go out there and put on a big performance and make a big statement. Because if he doesn't, I don't think he ever gets a title shot again.
No.
He'll slip down those rankings real quick.
And if I'm Ian Gary, I wouldn't want to fight him either.
Yeah, it's not
because Ian Gary's like it's not a win-win for me.
Yeah, especially if he loses.
Yeah, because I'm just fighting a fighter that keeps. I'm just fighting a fighter that keeps losing all the time. So
yeah,
and he had a very split win against Shavkat, didn't he? Where so I don't know what you do. That's why I think it's just bad matchup. UFC have done. Their UFC's matchups now are just really poor.
It's really weird, isn't it?
Really.
Hey, and people think he's going to do well in boxing.
Who's that? Oh, Dana. That's a whole nother conversation.
Hey, people are going to be in for a real.
Well, have you heard the rumors about that?
No, go on.
They're trying to. Anthony Joshua's going to move over, isn't he?
Ooh, that's big. Don, we tried, man. We tried. Remember when WCW invaded WWE and Vince was like, I need the old Stone Cold. I need the old Jamie Phillips.
What?
Also on the card, you got Alberg versus Blachowicz. Blachowicz's first fight since he fought Alex Pereira in Alex Pereira's debut. Crazy.
Shit.
Do you think this is tailor-made for Carlos Alberg? Because if he wins this fight, he now puts his name amongst the elite in that division. Or do you think Blachowicz is going to be too much for him?
I've got a hot take. Alberg's getting fraud checked. He's getting fraud checked. This screams of fraud checking.
There's an argument to say that Blachowicz is still the best in the light heavyweight division. He lost a split decision to Pereira, which could have gone either way, and he drew with Ankalaev in a fight that could have gone either way as well. There's an argument Blachowicz could be the guy.
Possibly.
But the only problem is, I don't think if Blachowicz wins
a rematch.
If Blachowicz wins, I don't think he gets the title shot if Ankalaev holds onto the belt in the rematch.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we could see a rematch. We might need some pills to stay awake for it.
Dana hated that fight.
Well,
Dana absolutely hated that fight. So I'm not sure. Speaking of fights that we thought we'd see, that we might not be seeing, and that is Ilia Topuria fighting Islam Makhachev. Islam Makhachev has come out, or his entourage has come out and said he will not be fighting Topuria next. He wants Topuria to come up, prove himself at the weight first, and then he'll fight him. Now, if most other champions said this, we'd be like, they're ducking. But it's Islam. We know Islam doesn't duck anyone or anything.
He's got a point.
Jay, you took the words out of my mouth, bro. I actually agree with Islam here.
I do,
because he's fought Volkanovski twice. He fought Dustin Poirier, and then he fought Renato Moicano on a day's notice. Islam Makhachev wants to fight the best in the division, but he also wants the credit for fighting the best in the division. He didn't get much credit for the two Volkanovski fights, and he didn't get much credit for the Renato Moicano fight. If he then beats Topuria when Topuria hasn't fought another 55er in the top 10 or top 5, and he goes out and smokes him, everyone's just going to go, well, yep, rinse and repeat, just fighting featherweights again. Has Topuria made a bad move by relinquishing that belt, in your opinion, Joe?
Nah, because I just don't ever see him losing a fight in the featherweight division. So the fights are at 155 for him, ain't they? There's so many great fights for him at 155. You know, for me, I think they're gonna go. They're probably gonna go Islam Childs, aren't they?
I think it's gonna be Gaethje
or Gaethje. Yeah, I have said it, and I will keep saying it. You give the winner of Pimblett Chandler to Ilya.
I kind of agree because I both tailor made for him.
And if Pimblett gets the win, I think UFC would love to do this. By the way, I think UFC are hoping Pimblett wins because him and Paddy have got some mad rivalry going on. They hate each other. It'd be great viewing for us as fans.
Wouldn't you wait until one of them's got the belt though?
No, because you can always rematch them, bro.
You can always rematch them later down the line, can't you? Because they're young still. They're going to be around for a while. This could be a start of a lovely story. I'm telling you, like this. That's why I like the fact that he's gone up a weight. It opens it all up because, you know, Paddy's. He might not be ready at the highest level at this moment in time, but his jiu-jitsu's on another level, man. And
he's showing that he's improving each
judo,
time,
and he's improving. He's a star. You know, and he's
what you heard about? Do you know what he said about Chandler? You got asked about Chandler's cheating, and they were, but
he said if you're not trying if you're not cheating or something like that. He said,
yeah, I was like, okay.
I think he beats Chandler.
I do as well. I think he taps Chandler out.
I think we go Paddy versus Ilya by the end of the year.
I think we're going to see Paddy get dropped for the first time. We're all going to be like, "Oh shit!"
Right,
I think Paddy's going to fight very reserved in that fight because remember, Chandler usually gets frustrated, then he leaps him with something, and that's when he usually gets caught.
True.
Paddy's got to keep it at distance as well, isn't he?
But I have to say, right, like going back to the Ilya refusing to fight. If he hadn't already fought Volk, then it'd be a bit like, and he would have fought 255ers instead of Volk. I'd be a bit like, oh, come on, Islam, man, what are you doing? But I completely understand, because at the moment when you look back at his, let's say Islam goes, I'm dropping the belt, I'm going up to welterweight. We're going to look back saying, oh, so how was his title reign? Okay, had a really close fight with a featherweight champion that some people thought he lost. Okay. Rematched him, smoked him because it was on short notice. Right, okay. He should have beaten him because he's the smaller guy. Had a really good fight with Dustin. A good back and forward bout. Needed an absolute Hail Mary heel hook to get the submission. And okay, banger. Opponent pulls out on the last day and then fights a guy on a day's notice and smokes him. And he's probably thinking, and people are still doubting my legacy, and they still want me to fight a 45er when I want to go up to 170. So he's probably like, I may fight him, but I want to guarantee that if I go up and get in a title shot, and I reckon the UFC's gone, I can't guarantee that. And he's like, yeah, get Ilya to fight a 55er, and should he beat them, I might consider it. But until then, don't bring that name to the table for me, because it's a damn right insult. And for Ilya dropping the belt, if he can't make the weight at 45 because he likes to drink his glass of wine during his weight cut, then I actually respect him for dropping the belt rather than just holding on to it for holding on for its sake.
Exactly. Look, you've got to look. They could Ilya versus. You don't have to do Ilya versus Islam straight away. Let's build it. Let's make some suspense. Let's put a story here. You know, something UFC don't really do. You know, let's build this. Let's
good storylines at 55. It's whether or not the UFC wants to.
Yeah, exactly. We don't have to do it tomorrow. We can do it in a year's time. I'm all right waiting 12 months for it if we go the right path. Do you know what I mean? I'm fine with it.
So let me ask you guys a question. If JDM does beat Bilal Muhammad, let's say he stops him devastatingly to the point where there's no controversy, there's no arts for a rematch, no nothing. Do you think the next fight Islam has is at 70 for the 170 belt, or do you think he fights at 155 before that? Because that fight's in May. That's about 2 months away.
Bilal is.
I still don't know if he fights Bilal. If JDM wins, I think he fights JDM.
No, I think he has one more fight at 55.
I don't, I think he goes straight up.
That means he misses Ilya out totally. And
I don't think he stays at 70 though, Jay. I think he would come back down to 55 to fight Ilya.
I think Dana said they can't do that no more.
I think he'd make an exception.
No, I think he said, like, if you're not going to actively defend both divisions, then I need you to drop the belt.
Yeah, do you know my problem with that? Yeah, if Ilya beats Islam, if he does that, people go and say it's because Islam was going up and down. He didn't have his weight right, cardio right, and it's always going to be a slight on. So I don't know. I want a year's build of story in this division now in 155 because there's some great fights there.
There are great.
There's great fights there.
Great opportunities for different combinations. Let's look at like the top
Ilya
6.
Gaethje.
Yeah, like let's look at like the top 6 fighters plus Chandler and Pimlick. They're booked.
Sarukian as well.
Sarukian needs to find an opponent because he's basically fucked it with his title chance. He's pissed off Dana.
Oh, there's Ilya's first fight.
So he's effed, right? Charles is open to fighting Ilya. I did see because I'm like a thing that that Charles would only fight Ilya if he was the champion at 55, not the other way around. But I've just seen other quotes debunking that.
Yeah.
So you got that. You got Justin Gaethje. That apart from the Max Holloway knockout, knocking on the door for the title shot.
Still doing business. I think Fiziev is another player at 55. I think he showed that in the Gaethje fight. Took down 10 days notice.
Number 4. He needs a retirement fight. Got Max Holloway that's got the BMF belt. Coming back around July, August.
It's the best division.
You got Dan Hooker. That's probably going to be back late summer.
Forgot about Hooker.
Dan Hooker, Ilya.
I forgot about Hooker.
Dan Hooker, Ilya.
Division, man.
That's what I'm saying. I'm good weighting, man. I'm good weighting.
55's crazy.
Run me, Max Holloway, Charles Oliveira for the BMF belt.
Run me Max and Hooker.
Hooker.
Hang on. Ain't Ilya BMF champion at the moment?
Technically. Yeah.
Oh, can't we just do Holloway Ilya?
At 55, run it.
Run that.
Max was winning that fight until he wasn't.
Yeah. So I mean, there's because Ilya's in that division there, Islam's in that division, and the fighters they've got, it's the most stacked division in the company.
So intriguing.
They can. This is why I'm saying you don't have to do Islam Ilya straight away. Build it, man.
Yeah.
Build it. I do think if Paddy beats Chandler, Paddy's in the in there as well. He's in the conversation.
I think Hustlebone said Fiziev's going down to 45.
Yeah, I think we said that last week, didn't we?
We did, yeah. There's
45's got a new contender, not by line.
I like Fiziev at 40. I do. I think he's perfect for that weight class.
Fiziev versus Volk.
He's like, you're reading my noggin, mate.
Because I think Volk's going to retain the title.
Oh, you do think he's going to win now?
Yeah,
Fiziev versus Brian Ortega. There's a bit of an introduction.
Oh, that's tidy as well.
Some good fights, man.
Volk this year wants to get the title, beat Evloev, beat Pitbull.
I think Pitbull's going to absolutely become. I think Pitbull's going to not do very well.
He's going to become a meme.
I think he's come over too late.
He's come too late. If he came 5 years
alert for preview for UFC 314, Pitbull is getting smoked.
Yeah,
he is getting smoked.
It's getting cooked, man. It's getting cooked.
But if Pitbull does win, that's another big.
If he wins, then you got another contender, ain't you? It's just 145, 155 is different.
It's different. It really is at the moment.
Give me a 155 pay-per-view card, man.
Oh, yeah,
give me a 155 pay-per-view card. Build the story. Do you remember the days when they actually used to do that?
Yeah.
When they used to do
Yeah.
weight division pay-per-views, and everyone's like, "Yeah, this is good." Like you could do, you
Lob
you
weight.
could do. Say Paddy wins. Say Paddy wins. Yeah, you do Paddy and Ilya, right, as the co-main. You do Gaethje versus Islam as the main event.
Mm,
Yeah, you do Childs versus Pitbull. Say Pitbull wins. Yeah.
yeah. Or Charles Max. Could do
Charles
Max.
Matt, you do Charles Max. You do a 155 card. Do you know how good that card would be?
That'd be insane.
And you just build stories. They don't do things. They got so many opportunities to do.
So
You
many.
you don't have to have 3 title fights on a card now and then the following pay per view is just dead.
Yeah.
You know, do a 155 pay per view. Do a 170 pay per view. Do a heavyweight pay per view.
Yeah, facts.
People will watch it, man. People will be so intrigued. A 145 pay per view. Just don't do
Yeah.
no women's pay per view. I don't care about it. But just do, just do that's just be awesome. The only thing I wouldn't care about the all women pay per views because they ain't got enough stars.
Yeah.
It's the only problem. If they did, then go for it. Go for it. It's
All right.
exciting.
Why 155 then? Charles. Is it Max next for Charles? Should it be Max next for Charles?
Might as well be.
Mm.
I got a funny feeling Charles does get the title fight though.
I feel
think
Gaethje does because of the relationship that Ali Abdelaziz has with Dana. I think Gaethje gets it. Do you think Gaethje gets it? I wouldn't be surprised if they ran back Arman Sarukian and Charles again. Actually,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just need to check see if there's any rumors for UFC 317.
Charles is on the. Charles is such a weird one, man.
He's so good, but he can be so bad as well.
Yeah, well, look how bad he was in his early career at UFC.
Yeah, he's terrible.
He almost got cut.
Yeah.
And then he just went on a mad winning streak and just beat everyone.
Yeah.
And then he couldn't go forward. He's such a weird fighter, man. He's so
fun to watch, though, isn't it?
Yeah, he is fun to watch. My thing with Islam, with Oliveira, I think he beats almost everyone in the division apart from Islam because he can't out grapple Islam.
Yeah, I actually think of him and Sarukian.
Islam can drop him as well, and then Islam's confident enough to follow him to the ground.
Yeah,
Islam's
just like how he won the belt, dropped him with the jab, and I was like, "Yeah, f this, I'm following you right down to the ground, mate."
I'm gonna say something crazy here. If there's anyone at 55 in history that could have beaten Khabib and BJ Penn, it's Islam Makhachev. He's the only one that I'd put in the conversations to beat those two at 55.
Oh man, talking about BJ Penn, I saw that video you told me about.
It's heartbreaking, isn't it?
The man needs help, man.
That's called CTE, boys.
I blame Dana.
Yeah, should have pulled him out earlier.
Doesn't have to book him.
Yeah,
pay the man what he should be paid, so we don't have to fight.
Set up some sort of a pension for these fighters or something.
They can. They're billionaires, man.
It's heartbreaking, man. It's absolutely heartbreaking. What can you do? But boys, I'm gonna wrap up there. We are gonna be back on Saturday night at normal time.
Before we go, UFC to Netflix next year, like we called.
Yeah, I think with regards,
and I can't wait, bro. I can't wait.
I need to do a lot more research on like the numbers because I want to interview someone about this situation, and I want to see if this is going to ignite some change or whether or not it's going to keep, being this stale product that we have gotten accustomed to.
Just at this point, just let WWE book UFC as well, like because they're getting it right over there.
Yeah, well. Look, if you look at Raw on Netflix is complete. Raw on Netflix looks like it's run by a different company than SmackDown on
But that's a good thing though, because they're two different brands. It's a good thing.
It like it's
but even SmackDown's still doing its thing as well.
So I think we all called it. It's TKO, ain't it? They're gonna get that whole Netflix,
and I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it, bro.
WWE, UFC. The movies, the TVs, because you can get some more UFC documentaries. They can put a library on there. Start doing documentaries again.
This week as well for UFC London. There should be another video.
I do like TNT's coverage of the UFC. I like Catterall and Bisping and Nick Pete, but maybe they go to Netflix and do some stuff over there as well. But
no, don't take Catterall, man. He's so boring.
Hey, I'm about to say falls into it, but it doesn't. It's Nick Pete.
Catterall is so boring, man.
But
Shout
yeah,
out Nick Pete. Follow us on Twitter. Shout out Nick Pete.
Liverpool fan, good Liverpool fan as well.
Liverpool fan as well.
Hill John Cena follows me, which is kind of random.
Yeah, John Cena followed me a little while, but I just think someone's running his account and just will randomly follow people.
Yeah, I'm all right with it. I'm all right. Hill
Yeah,
Cena
it's fun.
me.
It's good fun.
But yeah, we're back Saturday, yeah, for the watch them.
Indeed. If it was at 8 o'clock, it starts.
About that, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not 3 in the morning this time.
Well, I get back in Liverpool.
So nice.
Get back from Liverpool again in time. I've got to go back to Liverpool again.
Oh yeah, you're going Liverpool on Saturday as well, isn't it?
No, again. I have to go again.
Oh yeah,
go get the laptop again.
Oh yeah.
But look, I got to use the VR headset. You know, that's quite fun. And I bought an Arnie Slot scarf that I've sort of chucked in the drawer after the cup final. So
Still angry with him. I get it.
I'm still angry.
I get it. Well, Jay, tell the people where they can find you, bro, and what you've got coming out soon.
Yeah, Jane Phillips Football Chat. So I'll have I think a Liverpool video out tomorrow. Yeah, definitely.
Sweet. Luke and yourself, bro, where can the people find you, and have you got anything coming up?
Yeah, so obviously you can find me on my channel, Luke Tanner. Should be doing, depending on schedules for you two, preview for UFC London. I'll probably do a couple of other videos based on some other topics that we probably haven't spoken about or will probably pop up randomly over the next week. And then hopefully I'm going to try and speak to someone about the potential, UFC over to Netflix, the money side, the collapse of the pay-per-view model, which is pretty obvious, and see what a feature on Netflix would hold for the WWE, for UFC.
It's ESPN are not happy with UFC, are they, for the pay-per-view stuff?
No, UFC aren't happy with ESPN because apparently when the pay-per-view's on, it keeps on crashing and cutting out. The app keeps on crashing and cutting out.
Oh, right. I was about to say, if it's the other way around, it's because they put in a shit product at times. But...
Yeah, but it's going to be so interesting to see how they do it, because obviously we've spoken about like all the different fight nights, because they're obligated to do a certain amount for ESPN. They might not have that obligation for Netflix, so we might see more stacked cards. You might get what you suggest as well, Jay, where some of these fights are on YouTube, but some of these fight cards on YouTube as opposed to Netflix as well. Could be fun, man. Could be.
No, definitely. Really fun. Should be good.
We will see. We'll see. But people, if you haven't already, do smash that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Make sure you go and subscribe to Jamie's channel and Luke's channels as well. I'll be back before the end of the week. Won't be tomorrow, probably Thursday now. So make sure you look out for that. And yes, it's another combat catch up in the books. Thank you all for watching and listening. Till we see you again. Take it easy, everyone. Speak soon.